Welcome to Hats Off to Aging. I'm your host, Ian Parkinson, and I'm pleased to have with me again the Chief Executive Officer of Unison at Finance Centre, Larry Mathieson.
Well, thanks for having me again.
Okay, so October is Thanksgiving.
It is. It's an exciting month. We'll have lots of festivities. I know our Rick and the food service team are working on a Thanksgiving themed dinner and so on, but there'll be details of that on our Facebook page and our website. But
it's also Food Security Month.
Yeah, we do a campaign, an appeal during Thanksgiving month because it is the time where you think of community and giving. But in October, we're excited to kind of launch a new partnership between our Meals on Wheels program and the Root Cellar. And so we're starting a community kitchen program. And so, if you want to get signed up for this program, we're running it actually at the Root Cellar. And so it'll be focused on helping seniors cook meals that are nutritious and healthy, but cost effective. And again, we're all concerned about that at this point. But there'll be small groups. And so there'll be kind of a new program starting almost every month through the rest of the year. And so there's small groups that will sign up and we'll teach people how to make stuff in a crock pot and stuff like that, where it's high nutritional density but low cost.
And I would imagine there's a safety factor here too, right? There's a lot of these newer kitchen equipment, for a better word. You can lose a finger pretty quick.
Yes, there's a lot of gear out there. And my wife actually kind of limits the amount of gear I'm allowed to put on the counter because she knows I'll buy it and I won't be able to figure out how to use it.
I think it's a needed topic because one of the biggest issues, especially for single seniors who've lost a partner, if it's a male partner who's lost his wife, he probably doesn't even know where the kitchen door is.
Yeah. Like I remember my father-in-law had, paper messages, how to fry a pork chop and so on. And he was a fantastic cook and barbecue and through his whole life. But at some point you just stop doing that. And seniors nutrition is very important. We don't necessarily think about it, but really there's a lot of recent research that suggests you need more protein as a senior than you do as a 20-year-old or a 30-year-old. Oh. And we get to a point where, as you're talking about earlier, it's like, well, let's make toast for dinner or something. But yeah, nutrition for seniors is more and more important for sure.
Yeah, and especially single seniors, because by the time they cook themselves a meal, they don't feel like eating it.
Yeah. You don't want to put a ton of effort in, and that is part of this. This program is essentially helping people figure out easy ways to make nutritious meals, and again they're low cost. We're working with small groups. We have a special grant for this program, and so actually everybody in the program gets a slow cooker if they don't have one themselves. So we're going to provide that because that is actually another way that seniors can cook a lot of food easy that is nutritious, but it doesn't cost a lot of money for sure.
Yeah, well then they can divide it up and freeze it, and then they're not eating beans and wieners for a week.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So
you're doing it at the Root Cellar, but it's a Unison at Finance Centre program.
Yeah, we've created it in partnership, and if you want to get into the program, you can just call Hope at Viner Center. She'll get you on the list, and we will have several series of them. They're smaller groups, but both in Medicine Hat and Calgary, we find ourselves doing a lot more in the food security area, and so maybe what people might not know is a lot of the people that we see have spent all their life, and they don't see the food bank as someplace that they would go.
Yes.
That's for other people. But given a combination, maybe their investments or their retirement has not performed as well. but the cost of groceries to all of us, we
Yes.
all see that. And so it's created pressure points where at a national level, food security for seniors is a growing problem. And so we partner with the root cellar every day. They provide us food every morning so that we can have it in our community pantry, and seniors can pick it up at our location as opposed to the root cellar.
Okay.
But yeah, Stats Canada, I think it was 2019, they reported that 10% of seniors had some type of food security issue in Canada.
Wow.
And by 2022, that was up over 13%. And the following year, 2023, it was up over 14%, closer to 15%.
So this is a growing issue.
It's a growing issue. And not only percentage-wise, there's more 60-year-olds every year.
Yeah.
And so it's actually a growing number as well as percentage.
Yeah, because the boomers have still got one more year to go to retire officially at 65.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you offer a course for men on how to find their way around the grocery store when the wife's not with them?
We should. You're talking about innovation. That's one to put on the list.
Yeah, I've been there. It's like I've kind of figured my way around now, but I can tell the guy whose wife is not feeling well because he's got this deer in the headlights look in the popcorn aisle.
Yeah, no, I know that feeling.
So you're doing a Thanksgiving dinner theme?
Yes, we'll do
It's
it.
food security.
Yeah.
It's October. It's municipal election time.
Yeah, beginning of this month we have our mayor's forum, so that's exciting. We kind of feel that, and I guess our members or our users would also tell us that seniors, issues for seniors in Medicine Hat or in Alberta or Canada should be a priority for politicians. So
Yes.
if you're running for office, we feel like you should come and tell the seniors what your envisionment for seniors programming, for seniors issues are in the election.
Well, and yeah, because the seniors are a significant voting base.
Yeah.
Besides their own particular age-related needs,
Yeah.
but they're also the ones that have the time to listen and ask questions.
Yeah, for sure. And seniors are very engaged in the political process in general. So we know seniors vote. So, and we know it's an informed vote.
Yeah.
Based on life experience, but also experience with the political system.
Now you also mentioned before we studied you're having an expo in October. What's that?
Yeah, this is quite exciting for us. So the end of October, we're having kind of our first expo in this format. And so in Calgary, for decades, we've been doing a seniors expo. And we know there's a number of companies and organizations that they want to be visible to seniors. And seniors want to know about their product. I mean, we were talking about kind of the motorized scooters, and they're not all the same.
Yes.
But if you need to buy a scooter, you don't really know, is the first place I walk into, is that the right scooter for me? And so there's a lot of products that seniors want to know how to differentiate. And so in Calgary this year, we ran it in April, and we had 63 vendors put up tables and displays.
Wow.
And we had about 3,000 people kind of walk through the building on a Saturday. And so it's everything from financial products to, hearing aids to, relocation services, residential, you name it. And it's kind of an exciting thing for us. This, like our vendors, it's an opportunity for them to be visible to seniors, but they pay us to be a sponsor, to have a table. And so in Calgary, this event it raises as much as our golf tournament does. And so not only is it a value to our members and to our sponsors and advertisers, but it actually raises a good deal of money that we actually can push into charitable programming. And so this year, interesting thing was a number of our vendors had said, well, you know, like we do business in Medicine Hat. Why don't you do this in Medicine Hat? And it's like, why don't we do it in Medicine Hat? And so Corey and the team have kind of geared up, and a lot of the kind of vendors who are operating in both cities,
Right.
they're already kind of signed on. And so it should be a good, activity. There'll be snacks, and there'll be, I'm sure we'll have the bistro open and so on, but it is a good opportunity for kind of seniors to come and see products and services that are geared specifically towards
Well, and
them.
it's a very low pressure
Yeah.
scenario too. Just come and see what's available. We're not trying to
Yeah.
sell you a $12,000 scooter that you don't need.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the scooters, we'll have them set up in the tents
Yeah.
in the parking lot. It's a much more casual, because there's a lot of people in the building. We had breakfast with one of the the estate lawyers that works with us.
Yeah.
And she had a table, and mostly her business is helping seniors with their wills and their estate and so on. And it's such a social opportunity for her. People don't kind of come and feel like they can just chat with you at the law firm kind of thing. But this is an environment where there's lots of people hanging around. Everybody's got swag and candies and snacks and so on. So it's like a social kind of thing.
Well, and it makes sense because, I mean, lawyers are expensive, rightly so. So, to have the opportunity to say, well, what do I need? What should I bring?
Yeah.
Who are you? Do we click?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, not just lawyers. I mean, it's everything from the guys that wash your windows,
Yeah.
cut your grass, shovel the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Does your vehicle need modified because you have a disability?
Yeah.
Do you know where the primary care network nurses?
Yeah.
It's a great idea. It's almost like a trade show for seniors.
That's very much the format. It is actually in Calgary right now. Our building is like, if we had a bigger building, we could have more vendors.
Yeah.
And so we are actually at the point where we're thinking, do we need to move to a kind of like a trade show type venue, which might be something that happens in the next upcoming years. But for the time being, our first run, Viner's an ideal location for it. And so if this really takes off, who knows where we'll be next year or the year after, but we're thinking it'll be a good opportunity for people for sure.
Your Meals on Wheels is becoming very popular. Are you a little overwhelmed there, or are you keeping up with it?
I'm not overwhelmed. Like our staff, some of our staff might. I think we're very excited with the traction that we've had in the community support. It is a program that is very reliant on volunteer support, and so those volunteer drivers, like, they are definitely creating a value to the community, but we are highly reliant on good drivers and the people that come to do that. So I suppose the thing that we're excited about is we prepare a lot more meals, we have a lot more customers, but we have a lot more volunteer support, which, like all of the above, are very exciting for us. We've kind of become networked with a number of the organizations in the States and kind of some are in quite big centers, and the amount of we think of it as this is a good thing to do in the community,
right?
And it addresses food insecurity, but there's really actually a wealth of research around not only the social benefits but also the health benefits of operating this type of program. And so we're excited to have that in Medicine Hat. I mean, there's places we went down and met with a number of the our U.S. counterparts a year or two ago, and we were surprised. There's places where the federal government funds the whole program. And so our meals are subsidized, but there's a user component. So
Right.
users pay, but there are programs in the States where the federal government pays for all the meals. And part of the reason they pay for the meals is there's a direct correlation between seniors' nutrition and healthcare costs.
Keeping them out of the hospital.
Exactly. And so you pay a little money on the Meals on Wheels side to reduce Medicare costs.
Yeah.
And so I think there's probably things that our governments could learn from that, but just being able to connect with more seniors and provide that service, it's a great value to us for sure.
Well, that leads me to a question I never really thought about before, but makes sense is, well, forgive me for using the term, but does Unison at the Kirby and the Vinison, do you lobby the government?
We do. I mean, we do in Canada. I would say there are municipalities and provinces that do in some ways support a portion of Meals on Wheels, and definitely the municipality supports the program, but it's not 100% support. And so there's, I think with growing healthcare costs and a growing age population, it is, I think, a program that's definitely on the province's radar as a way to provide better service but less costly service on the health side.
Yeah, because a lot of times prevention is cheaper than action.
Yeah.
But the drawback is you can't really prove that the prevention's working because you don't need to act.
Yeah. I think, just looking at some of the research, and again, depending on the type of program, $1 today saves you $7 later, or $1 today saves $15, and depending on the type of service. But I think one of the things is often to create that savings, you go beyond a typical political term, right? And so that it does make it challenging. My colleagues in the government will also say, well, if there's something that the seniors ministry funds and it saves the health ministry $1 million, well, seniors can't go to health and say, we just saved you $1 million. Can you give that to us? And so that's not the way our provincial government works. But it is, there is some logic to it. We also, again, we have a lot of community support for volunteers for sure. But in Medicine Hat, we also have kind of a growing number of supporters financially.
Yeah.
And we do our Thanksgiving appeal is really directed at programs that support seniors' food insecurity. So programs like the partnership with the Root Cellar, but also Meals on Wheels.
Yeah.
And so people, if you're fortunate enough to be able to afford groceries these days, which is a stress to us all, and you can support somebody else during Thanksgiving, that's definitely a good program to donate to for sure.
And if you want to be in the wife's good books, take her for Thanksgiving dinner at the Viner Center.
At the Viner Center, for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else, Larry?
Well, it is Active Aging Week, October 6th. And again, we'll have some special activities, but we are definitely going to be promoting kind of our typical programs that we run at the Strathcona Center and at Viner Center. So we encourage people to kind of watch our Facebook page, but also watch our website. And kind of there will be some kind of special things for that week, but also kind of the things we do year round are pretty important as well.
Yeah, come on down and work off the extra slice of turkey.
That's right. After dinner, kind of stay for, some cardio or something.
Yeah.
But
Excellent. All right. Thanks for coming in, Larry.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me again.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.